And she's joining us this morning. Pauline Hanson is on the air. Good morning.
Good morning.
We wanted to chat to you, and I know that we have over the years, not for a very long time.
No, not for a while.
The changes in the polls, I think it might have been for the first time that your party has now overtaken the coalition. I guess for you actually standing up and saying a lot of your policies, you might not be surprised, but what do you think has been the difference for you to be able to achieve those results now?
I think it is a combination of different policies and viewpoints that I've had over the years. And I hate to say this, that I think that the assassination of Charlie Kirk has also been a big wake-up call to the younger generation and many around the world, plus also what happened at Bondi. You know, people were just in this little bubble. I know everything's fine, she'll be right, mate. And I think it's a big wake-up call of where the country's going. I think the cost of living crisis that's happening with Australians, trying to, put a roof over their head, food on their table. Mass migration, they see that happening in Australia. It's hard to get a house, to get rental accommodation. So it's a combination of a lot of things that Australians say, hey, we better start taking note and an interest because they're really fed up with the major political parties.
Do you think it's that because every time they get voted in, they say they're going to make change, and then you get a couple of years in and we go, hang on, we're in exactly the same position that they said they were going to change? Is your position from where you are, you feel like people are thinking you are going to stir up the pot a bit more and make a change?
Look, it's not about a matter of stirring up the pot. It's putting your ideas and your policies forward. And it's not the same old rhetoric. We're going to do this for you. When you can't provide the health services for people, you can't provide the aged care that they need for our older generation. When you have problems in our universities where Australians feel they've been forgotten for foreign students, it's a combination of a lot of things. And Australians are saying, hey, hang on a minute, we're sick and tired of hearing what you're telling us. Nothing's better. We're now worse off than what we were 5 or 10 years ago. Our dollar doesn't go as far as it did. We have to work 2 jobs. Mum can't stay home with the kids anymore. She's got to get a job. And Australians are looking for a change.
Would you say also there'd be a touch of, the way Trump ran it with the Make America Great Again, that would be kind of your vibe of Make Australia Great Again?
Most definitely, of course, which I have always said. We used to be a country that produced goods. We had white goods, we had clothing, footwear, steel manufacturing, we made, urea. That's gone. Not everyone is geared to go to university. As a politician, it's also having vision for the future. It's just not till the next election.
They might not be able to take flack. Maybe you've been used to that, Pauline.
I can take flack.
Well, it feels like when you say that they kind of like they're trying to get re-elected and go with whatever a popular opinion is now. But in all of that, what would you say is a time when Australia was great?
Oh, dear. It's a long time ago in my view. I just feel that where we're headed now is not the country that I want. People are in fear for the children, their safety, national security, job security. It's a crying shame because I believe that we should be a country to be able to rely on ourselves, support ourselves.
Abby did say about the flack that you've copped over the years, and I think out of any politician, you definitely have. You may not like talking about it, but there was Simon Hunt who did a parody of you, called it Pauline Pants Down, and had that song that he put out, and I know that went to court.
I don't like it. When you've turned my voice about, I don't like it. When you vote one nation out.
How has that affected you over the years? He was someone who essentially dressed in drag and didn't take you serious at all.
It was frustrating because I remember I turned up during one election, I think it was 1998, and I wanted to release my veterans policy. Well, he turned up. He actually took away the importance of my delivering a policy for veterans. That's not taking politics seriously. If I was, wanting to put across a policy with people standing in the election, that's for the betterment of people in our society.
Is wearing a burqa into chambers taking politics seriously, though, Pauline?
Well, when I put up a private member's bill on the floor of Parliament to debate an issue of banning the burqa and full face coverings in public places, as they have done in 24 countries around the world, and then I was denied the right even to introduce it on the floor of Parliament, let alone debating it. So I was denied that right. Thought to myself, well, if you don't want to ban the burqa, then you will have no problem my wearing it.
With One Nation, we know that, I guess, it has in the past been quite a divisive party. But how would you say, I guess, for us to move forward to bring Australia together, how would you actually be able to achieve that?
I question you on being a divisive party.
Well, I
Because
guess
over
people
the
always
years-
feel, I guess, it's uncomfortable. You know, we're a multicultural country and we have been. And I think for people to say that we can't have certain cultures, their practices, then people will say that it's uncomfortable.
Abby, we've only got one culture, and that's the Australian culture. We are multiracial, but at the end of the day, we must be Australian if we're going to live in peace and harmony. I've never denied people the right to migrate to Australia, but we've got to make sure we bring in people who will be compatible with our laws and our culture and our way of life. Otherwise, that's when your problems do happen. You know, I'm not against migration, but mass migration, too right I am. People from certain cultural backgrounds that I don't believe are compatible with our culture and way of life, and using our laws against us to further themselves, I have a problem with that.
There's a lot of people that would be listening to that statement that feel uncomfortable. It feels like it's not a kind thing to say and it's not inclusive. What would you say to that?
Abby, it's got nothing to do with people's feelings. Do you want to live in a safe country or not? I, as a Member of Parliament, I have to ensure people's security and safety.
And just to be clear, because I think it's a point that you'd probably want to make, because it doesn't sound like you're doing it, that does sound that you're putting all the blame for anything criminal or bad that's happening in Australia at the feet of migrants that shouldn't have come in.
No, it's not. I blame governments for not having dealt with this. Instead of trying to deal with this issue now, once people are in the country, we should have more of a stringent process of looking at these people and their backgrounds before we bring them into the country. Because once they're in here, they use our legal system against us and then we can't deport them.
You know, we have had every leader from any side of politics on this show, and Pauline Hanson has been in the news recently. She's got a surge in the polls and she joins us now.
We hear a lot, Pauline, about you and your politics, and obviously that's your main message you want to get across, but I feel like sometimes we don't know a lot about Pauline Hanson, the person. Who you are at home. You know, I feel like Anthony Albanese did really well in the election because he kind of was this character that people thought they knew well. Do you watch Netflix? You know, have you got a footy team?
I'm a down to earth.
If I go to your Netflix and it
actually,
says recently watched, what's your algo saying?
I'm probably going through my second series of Outlander again. So I thought that was a fantastic series.
Yeah.
Downton Abbey. I love Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
And then I just watched...
Was that the
Years
sexy
Ago.
one? Down
No,
to
you're
Outlander-
thinking
Outlander
about...
was.
No, you're thinking of... oh, gosh.
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Yeah, I watched
Pauline.
Bridget Jones as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Often.
Yeah,
But
Little
history.
Minx.
I love anything with history.
All right.
Basically, if you go back in history, so I understand that.
Being so public as well, romantic relationships would have been really difficult for you over the years.
Well, she's in Canberra, so yes.
Right.
No, meeting people, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it would be quite for, I guess...
There's not one
I mean-
person that doesn't know Pauline's name, is that
Yeah.
what you mean? Of
yeah,
like-
but also, too, like, dating you, people know what that would entail.
Well, who am I talking to? Stav or Matt?
This
That's
is Matt.
Sorry,
Matt.
this is Matt. This is Matt, Pauline.
Matt. I've had 2 marriages. I've been a single woman since 1987.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my whole life now is basically I'm not interested in settling down with anyone. You know, that's I've been there, done that. I think my career is my life now, and not only that, it wouldn't be fair on a partner because I'm ever hardly home.
You've got
So,
grandchildren, right? How many?
Yes, I have got grandchildren.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-male. Please don't get me wrong. I love men. I think you're wonderful. But it's just that my life. I'm 72 this year, and so my life is my politics and trying to do what I can for the country and improving it.
Are you as a grandmother, are you a spoiler? Do you buy lots of gifts or break the rules when mum says no chocolates?
No, I'm a strict grandmother, and my kids. they appreciate it. Well, you deal with them because they won't listen to us.
Yeah.
Still want them
when
to
they
vote
come
for
in-
you when they're able to, though, Pauline. You want to be careful.
My home, my rules.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, they have a lot of respect for me and love, and they can't wait to come up to Grandma's. It's about you both. You can show that love and compassion, but if you've got boundaries and you've got rules and they know the guidelines, because the parents these days, a lot of them can't control the kids. And if you set those boundaries early in life, and no means no, that's it. No debate, no argument. I've told you the rules. They
We
know
might have to
exactly
send our kids in. We'll go, yeah, well, yeah, you sort them out.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
You know, you think that you want to do better for your children, you know, for what you had, but all you're doing is just spoiling them. They don't respect you in the long run. No is no.
And are you still living in Ipswich?
Outside of Ipswich,
Just
yeah.
out there, yeah.
Half an hour outside of Ipswich. So I've got a lovely place on acreage, and it's just my serendipity. That's what I call it. So it's my peace where I go to. As you said, you know, for me to go shopping, that's why no one comes shopping with me, because, you know, what you think is going to take you 20 minutes usually takes you 2 hours. So, you know, people coming up and having talk to me or talk about policies or that type of thing during my shopping. But that's fine. It's nice to be, people feel they can come up and just talk to me.
It's an interesting time. I mean, I think we're still a few years away from an election. And
Well, it was just last year, wasn't it?
At least two.
Yeah, at least two.
2 to 2.25 years before the next election, but he can call it any time after August 2027. Yeah.
do you believe you'll be the next Prime Minister of this country?
No, Matt. That's what they're going on about. Look, I'm in the Senate at the moment. You cannot be Prime Minister from the Senate. I'd have to move to the lower house. Also, we're not going to be government at the next election. All right. So what I'm talking about in the future, what I foresee One Nation as one day being in government. And I think we'll hit the target in states before we will federally. But we're on the path to gaining more support, and I thank the people for that support. But we've got to prove ourselves and give them, you know, the confidence that it's not a wasted vote for One Nation. We are not a protest party. We're a party that's putting out clear, defined policies to be government. Okay, you still got your departments, you still got all the bureaucrats, they're all there, they're all in place. Meaning government is that you are going to put your policies, your views for Australia forward. These two major political parties, they just feel they're the only ones that should hold government in this country. Well, people are waking up, and you can change government if it's the will of the people.
Well, we appreciate your time. You've also got to
thank you.
film a super progressive movie. It's out on January 26th. You can go to superprogressivemovie.com for all the details on that one. Pauline Hanson, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for calling through to the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on. Bye, guys.